I'm going to show you how we can write some code with Perplexity. We're going to use this to research some code, find some things, use it kind of like Google, but kind of like ChatGPT in this regard. So my prompt is going to be, write me some Python code that takes housing data and shows charts about average prices based on square footage of the house in different zip codes. So basically we're just kind of providing it a real estate data problem and then asking it to provide out some information, some code that could really show us kind of how to kind of work with this data. So it's going and it's saying, hey, yeah, you can use pandas and matplotlib, and here's what you would do. You would take the data, bring it in as a data frame, bring in a sales date, group by for the zip, and then go ahead and show this in a plot with the average price, and then show that across the zip codes, right? So right here, what we can do is we can say, okay, great. Can you help generate some fake real estate data in a table that we could turn into a CSV. Okay, so now it's got some suggestions for like how we could fake some data, and it's actually saying like here's actually a Python library called Faker. We could bring that in, generate the fake data. Some things that we could ask is we could say, do you know of any real housing data sets on the web? And see if it can actually find some stuff for us. And it's saying, yep, here's some real housing data sets available on the web. So we could actually just go and check one of these out, see if we can get it. We're automatically ahead of where Google could put us because we're going straight into identifying what data sources we could use for our project, right? What I could do from here is I could even say, do you have any suggestions for what other aspects for a data programming project with housing data could look like? Okay. So it's basically going to say like, hey, here's some things that you could do for that programming project. You could do some predictive modeling, time series analysis, geospatial analysis, data visualization, and analyze the market. There's a couple different things here that it's giving us, all very good. But just to kind of walk through this, it was able to give us code just like ChatGPT, but it was also able to find us some data, show us how to generate some data. Now, that was something that I didn't even expect to see. We generally in ChatGPT will just say like, hey, make some dummy data. This one actually led us to making our own data, which is good. And if we truly needed it to make a table, then we could do that. We could give it some different prompts. We could say something like, can you provide me a table of the top real housing data sets available online? And then it scrolls to the bottom. And then, yep, it's giving us a table here. So we got data world, data.gov, First American. We got all these links here. We can even search some videos to see if anyone's done any sort of anything with real estate data that we could watch. And we've got a couple of different video options over here. We got a Kaggle project, and then someone over here on YouTube has made a dashboard. And all of this is kind of integrated into one view. So we're kind of understanding this project, what we could do with it. We can go check out the sources, understand what we have available to us. And in a lot of ways, this is way more powerful than ChatGPT because ChatGPT doesn't inherently web scrape for you even when you're asking it to, especially not in ChatGPT 3 or 3.5. And I think the results of 4 are even mixed if you don't prompt it to directly go and web scrape. It can web browse, but it doesn't provide an output like this. So I think this is extremely powerful and definitely a leg up for this type of thing. Now I can follow some of the related trends, related queries. So I can say, what are the top 5 real estate data sets available on data.world? And I could just click into that, and I don't even have to think of the question. It's just there as a related option. So I literally have all of these sources right here. It's got housing price data set, warehouse estate data sets. Apparently there's 852 housing data sets available, and then there's this First American property data set. So we could go look at any of these, and we're very quickly getting a much better answer than what Google could provide us or ChatGPT could provide us, and I think that that's where the power exists. So I can add a prompt like this. I can say, can you find me any APIs that have housing data that I could interact with for a Python project? If so, could you write me some code that would connect to those APIs? So I can send that, and what I'm hoping to get is exactly what I got, right? So I'm getting some suggestions to use the Zillow API. I'm getting some code here. It's saying, yes, you would use the request library. You would have a Zillow API key, and then here's how you would make the response, and then you would get all of the information, bring it out, boom. You have this, and then it tells you, hey, you need to sign up for a Zillow account. I could go right here. I could click on one of these. I think that this one right here is like how to access and use the Zillow API. So it's a training offering from some website. Boom. Okay, cool. We could use that. We could even say search videos. Hey, do we have anything on that? I've got a video right here, how to use Zillow API with Python for real estate, easy tutorial. Boom. So this is really, really a leg up on really any sort of interaction that we could get from anybody, because not only can we, when I say anybody, I mean like ChatGPT or Gemini or any of those other options, right? Is that I can instantly go get access to adjacent material in terms of video and web links to confirm what I'm being told by the language model. So I'm getting it all here at once. So I might have some more questions, and I think that right here, this is a really good one. What are the limitations of using the Zillow API for housing data analysis? So I'll click on that because there might be some like sort of response limit or something like that. So I do have a response limit of 1,000 requests per day, and they do provide limited data access, and it may not be super complete. And understanding this, I might say, well, what sort of alternatives do I want to consider using instead of Zillow for my Python project? Okay, I could click on this. Boom, I'm getting a breakdown of all these other APIs that I could tap into. And I don't even really need to think about it. At the bottom of this, I've got this sort of seamless sort of search experience where I'm immediately just guided straight to the next sort of logical question. So, yeah, really cool, really powerful. I hope that this is helpful to you. If you like this, definitely give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're interested in more content like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.